Hey YouTuber, welcome back to another Hike and Plays video. Today we'll be looking at Indigo Plateau Conference. So, we have joined this video a little late. We are currently 8-1 in our qualifiers. So we've actually just won this last match, but this video is going to prove as a tutorial for those of you who've never done Indigo Plateau before. So, what is Indigo Plateau? It's a one-on-one tournament. Throughout the tournament, you're going to be facing various people from within your server, or merged servers if you're in a merged server, and you need to put together a team. So you're going to go one unit in, and it's going to be, say, Jirachi versus whoever someone else puts in. We're actually going to lose the final to Pyromancer. I hope this means that we can still go through to the semis. If not, we can describe it in the way of another player's perspective. So our first opponent was a bot. Typically the first two are normally bots. Most servers aren't full enough to have the full experience, but there you are. So we had a Meryl, which we beat, and then our Meloetta was up against Cubone. We had Zerora up against Midas's Zerora, and you know, we were able to win that. You can go into the replay over here, and that will then let you watch the game as well. Looking at it, we beat a Tyranitar, we actually beat a Hooper on the way. I assume Nathan's looking at a ghost team. Very nice. But yeah, our Xerneas was able to beat that. We had Giratina beat the Celebi, and our Marshadow beat Tyranitar. We did lose to Manaphan, Celebi versus Ash's Greninja, which is quite annoying, but that was our first loss. Ho-Ho into Cresselia, and now we've got this final match. There's not much we can do about it. So during the course of the game, at any point you're going to be able to move units around. So you could just drag and drop. Although, because we've got nothing to replace into, we're just going to have to live with it. We're going to lose this. Only the top 8 players will be progressing. So if we were to look at it, we're currently in second. We have the second highest point at 29,000. We might be okay to qualify. If we were to go down to top 8, yeah, unless they get a ridiculous amount of points, we should be good to make the top 8, which I'll then be able to show you. In the meantime, we have a minute before that battle. Let's try and find something that could be a close fight. I am curious to see how Hooper fared against. As you can see, very simple one-on-ones. Oh, we get a big skill off here. Wasn't really too much of a problem. And we should win. I love Hooper's animation. Again, if this was a stronger Hooper, this is a matchup that normally goes Hooper's way. But we were strong enough to win, so that's perfectly good. Right, any other decent fights? I mean, Celebi versus Ash's Greninja was never going to go my way. I mean, again, my Zerora is so much stronger than Midas's, so I'm not surprised. So this is currently in progress. Again, I do think we're going to lose. You can actually go forward and back, and that will tell you whether or not you lost or not. So if you're impatient like me, that will tell us. We did finish on 31,000 score though, so I do believe we should make the top 8. And then the top 8 is where it changes, because now we put together teams of 3. So our first team will be Jirachi, Meloetta, and Zerora. Second team will be Zygarde, Xerneas, and Giratina. And our last team will be these guys back here. Although, I am sort of thinking, let's have a look at the main arena. So, our first opponent, we're not in Group A. Group A is Snorlax Summer versus Nathan. If we actually have a quick look at it, Nathan's offline. Pretty weak early, while Snorlax Summer is most likely making that through. Green Jeans, again, a very weak early and doesn't seem to be online. And again, that's 2 weak teams, but they they're going to be saving a lot. Racing Cars versus Manafan, that's going to be a pretty decent team from Racing Cars. And Manafan, of course, has a very solid Volcanion there. His Team 2 is relatively weak. And, of course I get Wolfie Tahito. He's never an easy opponent. And he's got Mars Shadow there. We're going to have to take it very seriously. If we want to try and win, we need to try and overcome Mars Shadow, but whilst not committing too much. So I'm thinking we can do something along the lines of maybe something like that. Potentially. That might be... well, let's see what Manafan's got, because he's going to be in the round 2, right? And to beat Manafan, we're going to need to somehow beat Celebi and beat... Manaphy. That's almost a 500k CP Manaphy. That is a ridiculous Manaphy. Alright. Our last opponent will most likely be Snorlax Summer, so not an issue. I kind of want to do that. That's probably the play. Mewtwo should definitely come in for here. I wonder if we can get away with doing some damage like that. Yeah, I mean, if we can beat the single 4-star Mars Shadow, I think I'm putting too much emphasis on it. But Zeraora and Mars Shadow are going to be very damagey. Luckily, they're quite low in CP, so we might be able to get away with it. So we do have a 380k Giratina, and you know these guys are stronger than it in theory. And then this should be okay to deal with Manafan, you would assume. I might go Zeraora first for Manafan, and then right at the end Snorlax. Let's just have a look, because I think he'll be the finalist. Jesus, how do you beat 560k? Well, we don't have much choice. We have to figure it out. But I think we lose the final if we do make it there. I think we kill the first guy, these two trade out, and then we lose. But it is what it is. Let's just do this for now. Right, how long till the first match? But yeah, I hope this guide serves as a decent guide for Indigo Plateau. Maybe I'll make a tier list at some point for units that do really well in 1v1. Things like Zeraora are phenomenal because they do so much single target damage. And also have that clone which absorbs a lot of the hits. Zeraora's like a secret MVP of Global Indigo. Mewtwo, if you've worked on him quite a bit, can be very good. My Mewtwo's only 7-star. If I 8-star Mewtwo, I could do it through the packs. Over here, I could easily 8-star Mewtwo. I'd do that one, I think. And that would get me 8-star Mewtwo. So, maybe that's an option. We'll see. Let's go back to the tournament. And Global Indigo is pretty much the exact same thing, except rather than 1v1s, you're doing 2v2s. I have no idea how I lost that first fight. Wow. That Meloetta must be godsent, because I lost that fight. Right, we're going to need to watch that. I need to know how I lost that fight. Because that Meloetta must have absolutely carried. And that's a 300k CP Xerneas. Beautiful skill from Meloetta. But again, Xerneas, if it ever goes to Deer Spirit, should just 3-hit Meloetta, you'd think. I'm going to skip the animations to make this a little bit faster. And times 3 here. So we've hit Deer Spirit. We just tap him for damage now, no? Wow, Meloetta hits really hard. We lost on HP. That is absolutely insane that Meloetta was able to do that. And again, this is like... every single one of our Pokemon had higher CP than Meloetta, and yet it absolutely destroyed us. That's absolutely ridiculous, honestly. Let's skip the battle, and maybe we jump back into the main arena. Oh, to Indigo Plateau. It is preparing for battle. So we did win our first match. It'd be crazy to put Meloetta in here, right? We can have a look. Wilfy Tahito did put up a good fight, I'd assume. I'm going to assume Mewtwo won very quickly, and then it was probably close between Mewtwo and Zeraora. Yep. I think if we hit Zeraora directly and not his clone, we'd probably win here. I've also just noticed his level. It is only a level 50 Zeraora, so we're panicking for no real reason. But you can see the clone just kicking in every time, saving him so many hits. Whilst he's not really a problem, the clone is definitely annoying. Huge damage from you too. You should get another clone. If we could take the clone out before, I was going to say, he releases. Let's see how much damage a single... Jesus. This is a level 50 unworked on Zeraora. What a unit. I have times 3 the speed here, so we can just progress. But this is why you fear Zeraora. He is just, as you can see, like even under-leveled and under-geared, that Zeraora is unreal. He shouldn't be doing anything against an 11-star Giratina, though. And Giratina is actually going to release on Marshadow. That should be Marsh dead and trying to now kill... If Marsh can kill Giratina, it's GG for us, but I don't think it has the damage output. Did half our health, so we win. Nice and easy in the end. In progress, this match is currently in progress. Be interesting. I think we'll watch this game, and then if we do make it to the final, we won't watch it. We'll just close the stream here, but this is going to be the last fight we watch. I am curious to see if our team can defeat a near 500 KCP Manaphan with his Manaphy, whilst I've got 380k on the Zeraora. Be an interesting fight. And maybe tomorrow we'll actually do a video on Global Indigo. Since it will be the main tournament, we can look through it. So this is a tutorial and also a look into how my Indigo Plateau has gone. But let's see if we won, let's see if we've lost. We lost, and I would like to see how. We are going to have 3rd and 4th place with Blue Jeans. I'm not really too fussed about it though. Let's go have a look at this. Diancie definitely shielded well there to take the first hit. I'm hoping we got through Celebi. His time... Did we trigger his time pulse there? I hope we did. We actually didn't trigger his time pulse the first time round. Right. So it's Manaphy that beats us. We did hit the Manaphy. We hit him for so much damage there. Yeah, that Cloister Shield. Wow. It's not doing too much damage back. Wow, that Seahorse. What is wrong with that Seahorse's damage? Right, Manaphan might be secretly like... Or Manaphy might be secretly OP in this that I wasn't aware of. Whilst he himself doesn't hit a lot, it's his summons. They hit like a truck. Wow. Jesus. Okay, so that's that. And I guess we look at the main arena now. For the championship, we're going to have Snorlax Summer versus Manaphan. Manaphan's bringing out the big Kyogre, the Ashes Greninja, and the Zern. Whilst we've got Zern, Mars Shadow, and then that massive Kyogre. I am curious to see how it goes, but I think we're going to end the video here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.